In a time of war and conquest, they were the mightiest military power of their age. A force that vanquished armies, toppled empires. A dynasty which expanded to become the first great kingdom of Asia Minor. A state built on the most advanced legal system of its time. A civilization that formed the cultural link between the ancient East and West. A language that was the earliest example of all Indo-European languages. A mythology that influenced Greek and Roman literature, as well as the Bible. Kings that fought the pharaohs in the greatest battles of history. Defiant, proud men and women who ruled the Near East. An empire that changed the ancient world. The Hittites. In 1834, Charles Félix Marie Texier, a French archaeologist, was exploring in central Anatolia. Near the small town of Boğazköy, Texier discovered the ruins of a large ancient city. The mysterious city contained many walls and reliefs with strange hieroglyphic inscriptions. But at the time, the find generated little interest in the archaeological community. 40 years later, reliefs, statues, and stamp seals with similar hieroglyphics began turning up all around Anatolia and Syria. The intriguing discoveries pointed to a civilization with a common script and vast territory stretching from western Turkey to northern Syria. In 1876, Archibald Henry Sayes gave a groundbreaking speech to the Society of Biblical Archaeology in London. Sayes claimed that he had established a connection among all the monuments and was able to partially decipher one of the stone reliefs. He argued that the inscriptions belonged to the Hittites. The academic community was stunned. Apart from a few passing references in the Bible, the Hittites were unknown to scholars. According to the Old Testament, they were just one among many tribes present in ancient Palestine.
The great surprise of the day was, of course, that this obscure tribe named in the Bible should have covered such a large territory and with their inscriptions and their political power.
Around 1267 BC, Assyria gained strength in the east. Ramesses II was into his 12th year as pharaoh, and Moses was supposedly leading his people out of Egypt in the biblical Exodus. In the land of Hatti, Hattushili, now Hattushili III, was king, and his wife, Puduhepa, was beside him as the queen. For the Hittites, it was a time of peace and prosperity. Just a few weeks into the dig, the workers excavated a remarkable document, a clay tablet with a text referring to a so-called unpleasantness between the Egyptians and the Hittites. Closer examination revealed that the text was actually a peace treaty between the pharaoh Ramesses II and Hattushili III of the Hittites, signed after the Battle of Kadesh. This made the treaty 3,000 years old.
It was a very important peace treaty and probably one of the very earliest, if not the earliest, peace treaty in the world. And as such, you can still see it today exhibited in the entrance to the Security Council of the United Nations in New York.